Hello, and welcome back to the Village Podcast. Today is a special episode. My name's Luke Speakman, and I have my newly best friend.
Hi, my name's Audrey Lynn-Marie, and today we're going to be talking about the business from our perspective. So we're going to be asking each other questions, and it's going to be really fun.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and start?
Sure. Okay, so since I'm going to be going on the red carpet soon, and I know you've already been on the red carpet, I wanted to ask, what is the key thing to remember while you're on the red carpet?
Probably just because it's a great question. Probably the key thing to remember is just, stay calm, and you just want to keep smiling the entire time. When people take pictures of you, just know that, just act as everyone's normal, and they're just, taking a photo of you. Think of it as a photo shoot, maybe even. So, just 100 photos at the time. So, they're going to take a lot of pictures of you, and then they're, camera. And now, they were, telling me to every so often keep going along. I don't know if yours is going to be a little bit different. So, maybe it just, yours, maybe you'll pose for a little bit, and then a guy will ask you, okay, can you move over here for a little bit? Then you would pose again, and, so that's the main thing. Keep calm.
Got it. Okay, you want to ask me?
Yeah,
question?
Sure.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to start out, broad. What was your first job that you've ever done?
Okay, my first job was actually a music video, and you would never guess who it was for. Do you want to try to guess?
Maddie B?
Mm-mm.
Okay, who?
The Village People. Do you know who that is? YMCA.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
I was
YMCA.
I was a little elf in the background, sorting presents. It was.
Oh my gosh, that's
I had
fun.
blonde hair this short and little pigtails. It was.
Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of fun. Yeah. Now, another question is just in general, what is your favorite movie that you did not work on?
That's hard because I have a lot, but I would have to say my top favorite movies would be Hunger Games. The whole, I don't know if you've ever watched
whole
those.
Series? Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
What about you?
I actually I really like Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. And so I'm reading the series, but I've watched all the series twice, and I think I'm on the 5th movie for my third go through. So that's fun.
Yeah, I've only watched the first 3 or something. I'm just not that big into fantasy, magic kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I know the Hunger Games could be considered fantasy, but it's more realistic.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Flying brooms and magic wands, Yeah.
But it's still cool.
Yeah. So, if you have your own personal story, so how did you start acting? What's the, what's...
Well, I actually started acting, okay, it was theater when I was 5. And then my mom put me in acting classes when I was about 9, so maybe in 2020 during COVID, and I actually really started to enjoy those. And then my first job was when I really knew that I really wanted to pursue acting as my career, because I just loved being on set, even though it was a music video and it's not like a movie. I didn't even have lines. I was I really enjoy this. It just seemed like something that I really wanted to pursue. So that's actually how I started.
Yeah, I feel just being in the set, feel just is a completely different thing, especially for your first time. It's whoa, it's all these different things, all these a huge camera. I don't know if you had a camera during the music video, or this huge lights, all this stuff all happening, and it's just so yeah.
So what was your first job? I'm very curious.
So my first job was actually, not to brag, but my first audition.
Really?
Yeah, so my first ever audition was my first callback. And just so you know, I was 5 years old when I first did it. I think we filmed it in the lounge area of a church of where my dad used to work. And so basically we're filming it, and I'm like, hi, my name's Wookie Speakman, because my nickname's Lukey. And so then we sent it in, And guess who one of the producers was?
I don't know.
None other than Steven Spielberg himself.
Really?
Yeah.
That is
and
crazy.
Then when I finished, and it was a tiny role, I had one scene the entire movie. I'm in my bed and I'd just go, "Mommy, what was that?" I'm being dead serious. But I feel like being on such a high-end movie, because they made it rain. They used all the stuff to make it all rain, like the real, like, you know, they got fire hydrants of it making rain, and like all these different lights, and there was free cameras on the set, if I can recall correctly. And so being on that set and seeing all this stuff, and at the time I didn't realize at that moment, I had no idea who Steven Spielberg was. So when my mom was like, "Hey, guess what? You are on a film working with Steven Spielberg." Now, he was only a producer. It would have been a completely different story if it was a director.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Like, I didn't know who it was. Anyways, and then after that, I loved it. Like, that was my first ever real project, and I just loved it so much. And then I get signed with, I think it was Paradigm, It might have been someone else. And then Paradigm got me signed with another one, or Paradigm got me signed with Shure, or Shure got me signed with Paradigm. It's one of those two, okay? It's either or. So, yeah, that's how I started. All the stars literally aligned for me. It was like a 1 in a million chance. So, yeah.
That's really cool. So another question about the red carpet. What was your favorite part of your red carpet?
So you're gonna be in my red carpet. They were interviewing me. Like, they were after I did all the pictures, you know, all that stuff. Then they had me go to some separate area where they had me interview. Like, they were interviewing me. Like, well, like, if you could describe this movie in 3 words, what would it be? I hadn't even watched the movie yet because it was the world premiere.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you know, and then I made, you know, like, so like, probably my favorite part would probably just be the questioning, because, you know, there's a lot of people that are going to ask you a question, and so it's actually a really fun, and it's a very like if you really want to pursue, you're going to do a lot of it, and you're just going to love every moment of it. So my favorite part would probably be the questioning.
That sounds great. Yeah. I'm really excited for mine. I hope they interview me. It would be really awesome if they did.
I mean, I was in, like, because my character in Weapons was Matthew, and I'm a supporting, and I got interviewed a lot, even over Zoom. So I feel like you're also going to get interviewed a lot.
Yeah,
too.
I would really hope so.
That it's going to be fun, trust me.
Okay. I feel like we already asked all of these.
What do you do on your free time?
I love to call my friends a lot, actually, and play Minecraft, as you know.
Yeah, we play.
That's like the main thing I do. I mean, obviously schoolwork, but you know.
Yeah.
That's, you know.
Yeah. I heard that you used to do horseback riding.
I did. I really miss it because I just love horses so much, because they're just like, most of the time, giant, just cuddly animals, and I love them so much. But I actually broke my back, or I fractured like the spine bone right above my tailbone. So it actually hurt really bad when I first broke it, but then it doesn't even hurt anymore now because I've been doing physical therapy and stuff. But
yeah, that's good.
Because with the horse riding, it's so bouncy, so I haven't been able to go back to it.
Oh, man.
And I used to do jumping, so I used to do show jumping and stuff. So I probably can't ever do that again, which makes me really sad. But I'm hoping to be around horses again soon. But I was doing horseback riding for about like 5 years, actually.
Wow, yeah. So my little sister does horseback riding, and so every so often I go to the barn, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, the horses are so, like,
I know.
The horses, yeah. So actually, in one of my jobs, I was able to ride a horse. So I worked on a job called Into the Wild Frontier, and it's on Prime Video, I think. Yeah. And basically, in one of the scenes, I was riding a horse, and, like, you know, the horse was actually really nice. So I think I was around 7 or 8, maybe, probably older or younger. I have no idea. It was just a really fun experience being around horses. And then now every time I come to that horse barn, or the barn, I'm like, huh, yeah, I remember when that was fun. Yeah. So what fun stuff do you do? Like, what else? Like, I mean, I kind of the same question, but like, what are some fun, like, hobbies that you do?
Right now, the one activity sport thing I can do with my back is dance. So I've been really enjoying dance. I'm doing hip hop and contemporary. So hip hop is really fun. I actually thought I would kind of suck at it, but I think I'm okay, but this is like my first class of hip hop and contemporary, but all my teachers are super sweet and I love them so much. So that's a thing that I do every Friday and it's really fun. I mean, play Minecraft, that's another fun thing. That's, kind of it. But I used to actually do karate, taekwondo. I missed that a lot too. I actually quit before my back, and then I started jujitsu, and then my back was starting to hurt, so I quit that. But I was doing taekwondo for about, I think, like 6 years, actually. And I got to a second level black belt, and then the studio that I was going to ended up just getting so filled with like different kids because my instructor was great. And then I really enjoyed jujitsu when I started too, and I did a little bit of kickboxing, so I missed that a lot. But now I have dance, and I enjoy it. Yeah. So what about you? What do you do on your free time?
So I love rock climbing, and I just absolutely a lot of people, when I go to the gym, because I'm pretty short, a lot of people, when they see me, they think that I'm maybe like 7 or 8. Like, some people still think I was talking with someone, and they're like, are you 8 years old? Because you are very, like, very, what's the word? Like, shoot. It's like, you are very mature, sorry.
Okay.
And then, so, like, when I come there, they're like, okay, so the auto belay stuff, auto belay is like, there's not someone down there pulling your rope and stuff. Okay. And I'm like, no, I'm going to that big stuff. I like doing the big rock walls. And so, yeah. And they're like, okay. And so my mom actually sometimes belays, and a lot of times, and when I beat a wall that once I beat a wall in Brazil, that the the worker there said I haven't even beaten that one. So
wow,
yeah, that's
impressive.
Fun. I also do something called Ninja. Have you ever heard or seen the show called American Ninja Warrior?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's literally that.
Really?
Yeah. So around 15 minutes from here, actually, it's 20 minutes. I have my gym, and it's basically like I'm swinging to one bar to another, and like. That's basic, but now, or not basic, but you know what I mean. The basics are always good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I couldn't do that, so.
Yeah, it's all, so. And basically, I go there 2 times every week, and I just love doing it. It's so fun. Also, I do baseball, and I'm actually on the travel team.
Oh, that's cool.
Originally, when I first started out baseball, I'm like, whoa, the Spikes team. I'm never going to be able to be on that team or something like that. And now look at me. I went to Cooperstown on the Spikes team. Woo! So, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I don't know much about baseball, but I've played it a few times with my dad in the backyard, and it's pretty fun. So, yeah.
Let's see. You have any questions for me?
I did have one question. What was it? Oh, my gosh. It was one that I didn't write down, and now I'm like, what was it? Okay, I'll just ask this one.
Yep.
If you were not an actor, like if you didn't pursue an acting career, what would you want to be?
You're probably gonna find this absurd, but I want to be a tornado chaser.
Oh my gosh!
Hunter. So like I would be in like Oklahoma or somewhere around Tornado Alley, and I would basically camp out in my truck during tornado season and just wait for a tornado and just picture.
There is a fly.
There is a fly. Fly, you are not in this podcast. Unless if you have
special guest, the fly.
Yes, a special guest. That's fun.
So you told me earlier that you saw the oh my gosh.
That's why it's going to be the end of us.
The Twisters movie. Did you like that?
I love the Twisters
movie. It was really good.
Yes. Now, the Twister movie is an all-time classic, but honestly, I feel like Twisters is like a different concept with better effects and like the tornado, like, you know, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And me personally, I actually prefer Twisters over Twister.
I haven't watched Twister, but I've watched Twisters, and I really like Twisters.
Yes.
So confusing.
It's a tongue twister. Sorry, I'm a joke guy most of the time. Yeah, so if you want to, after this, we could watch it. Anyways, yeah. If you could be on a film that has already filmed at anything, you can be any character in any point in any film, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, that's hard.
So, like, take your favorite movie and just, you can be one of the main characters in that. Like,
That's a really hard question. I mean, I feel like I would have to go with Hunger Games, but there's not, like, especially in the first one, which is, like, my personal favorite, the first and second one, the only, like, lead role that's around my age is Prim. Katniss.
Oh, no, like, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be your age. You can just be any role.
That helps.
And if the role is reoccurring, like, let's say the role appeared once in one movie, and then there's a sequel and it's appearing again, then you would also be that person too.
Okay.
So, like, you can be Harry Potter from, you know, Harry Potter. I'm like, hold on a second.
That was my ring.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Just I mean, like I said before, I feel like I would have to pick Hunger Games because that's like my all-time favorite movie. I guess I would pick Katniss because that's like, I love her character so much because she's just so like resilient, and it's a great, I mean, obviously it's like a great character to think about a lot when you're going through hard times, I feel like, because she went through so many hard times in that like whole universe, and she still like fought it through. And so I feel like she's such a great character, and I love Jennifer Lawrence too. She just seems so funny from the videos I've seen of her, and so sweet. So I think I would love to like either meet or play Katniss, you know.
Yeah.
That was great.
Now, I actually haven't seen any of the Hunger Games. So so if you say a name, I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah,
yeah. She's the lead.
Okay.
You should totally watch them though. They're great. I love them so much.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. What was your favorite set that you've ever worked on before?
Oh. So like a set as in a location, or a set as in
like a movie set? Yeah, like
so
what project, your favorite.
Like ignore where it was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't have to, but you know.
I feel like I would actually have to go with weapons because, I mean, I met so many friends and I had such a great time. It was my first, like, well, not my first, but like it was like one of my big ones.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like, I think it might be biggest one. I don't know. Maybe. And so like being in that experience, because like, you know, they built most of the sets, unless if it was like outside in a neighborhood or something.
Yeah.
Like it was so cool seeing like what an actual like a multi-million-dollar project looks like, because it was just amazing. So it would probably be weapons.
Yeah. Where did that film?
That filmed actually here in Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it was fun. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I have no idea if I was not supposed to say that, but in editing you can take that out. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just making sure. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
That's all of mine.
I had a good question earlier, and now I can't remember it. Like, it was like a really good question.
So, Have I already? Yeah. Wait. What was your favorite film? Have I asked you that? I don't think I did.
Like favorite film that I've worked on?
Yeah, favorite film that you've worked on.
It
better be that. It better be your first one.
I mean, that was good, not gonna lie, but like
well, like your first one is like your entry into the acting realm. So like you probably wouldn't be here and like, gonna go to your red carpet if it wasn't for that first one. But still, it's like favorite as in the funnest or the coolest, you know what I'm talking about?
So I would have to say my kind of like your thing with weapons, like to see what such a big project has, like the building sets and everything. I would have to say the new movie that's coming out, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I can't say anything else about it, but I would have to say that was like the coolest, set, and everybody was so nice on that. But something that I can give more detail about would actually be a short film that I did called 88.6. It's going to go to festivals next year. So I still can't tell the whole story about that one, obviously. I mean, not that I would, but, it's okay. We don't want to hear the whole story right now. Everybody was so sweet on that set. And, like, it was just unbelievable for a short film, It was actually a SCAD short film. Do you know? It's, like, the art college film and art, and they have one in Savannah and one in Atlanta, so.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
But it was just such a great set, and the script was amazing, and who played my brother in the short film, he was so sweet, and the director was so sweet, and everybody was just so great on that set, and it was like such great quality for a short film too, and just great, like overall. It was so much fun to do. And I was on that set I played a lead, so I was there all 6 days of filming, and I cried when I left because I'm like, I know, I don't want to go. I just want to be filming forever.
So in one of my films, actually so I went up to LA to film for a film festival. And I was the lead, and I think it was about a week or 2 weeks of filming. And basically, when I literally started crying when I left because I didn't want to leave. And of course, you know what makes it worse? Once we wrapped, we flew out the same day. But luckily we did get to go to the premiere, which was a film festival. So that was fun. Yeah.
I'm so excited to go to an 88.6 premiere because I'm just so excited to see everybody again. If hopefully everybody's there, and yeah, I missed that set a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this.
Right.
What is the project that you're most proud of?
Weapons. I'm just gonna point that out. Like, I love Weapons. It was a great movie. It was I feel like the fact that I went from like a two-liner to a I'm pretty sure Amazing Stories was a multi-million project. I'm not too sure. But like going from like something like that to, a multi like million, because Weapons I think is made them, maybe, I'm not too sure. I think because it made like 40 million out of the box office, and then so it was a huge movie.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Weapons poster, it's right there. And so like it was, seeing just how I helped build that story and seeing how everyone came together, it was a great movie, and I'm so proud of it. And I'm so like it's just still a shocker to me that I did that,
Yeah, I haven't actually seen Weapons yet, but I watched the trailer actually last night, and it seemed like very intriguing. I'm like, I want to know what happened to these kids. What happened to them?
Yeah. It's actually a very interesting story. I've watched it 3 times. One at the world premiere, one at sorry.
New song drop anyway.
Yes. And then 2 at here in Georgia with my brothers and my sisters, or not my brother and my sisters, and then a couple of my friends. So yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think it's now on streaming on Prime Video.
Okay, so I have 2 more questions for you. The first one is, how did you start acting?
Well, so when I was 5 years old, basically, when I was younger, I had a load amount of emotions. Like, I had too much emotions. Like, and my pediatrician was like, okay, so either we're going to kind of, like, compress these emotions so he doesn't start bawling when he sees a homeless person on a street or something, or we can channel these emotions through theater acting. And so I'm like, actually, I don't. And then I wasn't paying attention. I was just playing with the toys in the office, whatever. And so basically, suddenly now I'm in this place and theater, and I'm like, I don't like this, and I didn't like it at all. And then my pediatrician was like, okay, well, what about acting? And then I got into it. I loved it, because my first ever audition turned into my first ever booking, and suddenly now I didn't know. I honestly thought when I was younger. I think I thought. If you just sign up, you're automatically giving it a role or something like that, And so basically, when I got there, I just loved it. I loved all the lights. I loved it how it was because I'm a very grounded actor. I'm a very serious actor, And so I loved how kind of like it was. I don't know if I can put that into words. And so and then that's on
how you started?
Wait.
Oh.
I forgot the name of my first film. Amazing Stories.
Okay.
There we go. So Amazing Stories was the start of this incredible journey, and so
that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like I get what you mean about the whole theater thing, because I still did theater up until last year, and now I'm taking a break, but I just did it kind of on the side just so I could have something to do at my art academy, and it's fun. It's just a lot of work. I mean, not saying that acting isn't a lot of work. It's probably more, the amount of auditions you have to do. But with the theater, I'm a very grounded actor. I feel like you too, like what you said is like a very serious, not saying that I can't do like comedy stuff or joke around, obviously, but it's like theater is, you have to sing, you have to be like big and like, that.
Yeah, like,
and you have to be
every 30 seconds, maybe.
You have to be like over dramatic. But I feel like with acting, it's actually the opposite of theater in some ways. Like the subtle, very like even the changes in the way you're looking at someone, or the changes in the way that you're like crossing your arms or putting them down. Nobody's gonna notice that on a stage, but it can like make a huge difference in what you're telling on the screen. And I loved that about acting because it just felt way more real than theater did, like the subtle things you can do to make it more realistic or not,
Yeah.
That makes sense? That's how I, what's the word?
Started acting or something like that?
No, that's how I kind of enjoyed acting more, I guess, is because it's more real and more, emotional in some ways, or more funny in some ways than theater could be.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my last question for you, I don't know if you have any more for me.
I might. We'll see.
Okay, so if you were talking to an actor who just started acting or is interested, what would you say would be the most important thing to do first to get into acting?
Honestly, I feel like I would say like acting's gonna get tough. Okay, it's gonna get it's gonna be long nights. It's gonna be like kind of annoying, and acting is like wait, hurry up and wait. Like
exactly.
1 second you could be like tired in a trailer or like in your holding room or whatever. In the next 5 minutes, you're gonna be in the thing at that moment. Stat. Like you have to be right there. So in my opinion, if I could say anything, it's just that don't give up, and the right role will come to you. So, and once it does, then that's when it will start. And like every time you do an audition, just know that if you got a no, it's okay, because no's are not a no's. Because a no is never a no. Because let's say I were to get a yes on one project, or I got a no on one project, but that same casting director had another one. It's like, hey, this kid could really do well on this one. And that's actually how I got Weapons.
Really? That's awesome.
That's so, yeah. If I could say one thing, I would say no is never a no, and don't take it personally.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it might not, they might not, they're probably not, if they say no, most likely they're just not looking for someone like you.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like if the parent has a different hair color, if you're too tall or whatever, it's not like it's most of the time not because of your acting abilities. It's just, I mean, sometimes it is, you know, but most of the time it's like it's not because of you, you know.
Yeah, and like when you're like sometimes because it is because everyone has a different type of acting. Like I'm very grounded, I'm very serious, and you know, some other people might be like, you know, not trying to make fun of anyone. I'm just like, you know, a little over. Not, you know what I'm trying
better
to say.
at comedy or better at sitcoms.
Exactly. Yeah. Like over like feeder or not feeder. Sorry, over more serious and grounded.
Yeah, that makes sense. I actually feel like I'm better at serious roles, but I haven't actually booked anything that's super comedic. I mean, I've done like a rom-com, you know, and stuff like that, or like, but I've never done like a sitcom that's like, haha, this and that all the time, you know. So I haven't been able to experience comedy that much, but I would really love to because it just seems like a lot of fun. But I definitely feel like I can be more realistic with serious acting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, so I don't know if you have any.
I don't think I have any. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for watching thank you for watching or listening to the
Village
podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we hope to see or hear again soon. All right. Bye.